Here we go. Well, hello. Here we are again. Another edition of the Orchid and Kato show. Hope everybody's had a great week. We had a good week.
Yeah.
Good week of wrestling, too, huh? I thought so, anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump right into it. First, I got my Bullet Club shirt. We didn't talk about it last week. I had this really cool Boogeyman shirt.
Yeah.
How often do you see a Boogeyman shirt? Today,
Seth Rollins.
Seth frickin' Rollins. Of course, frickin' just for you because you don't say bad words. I got the Bullet Club. Too sweet me?
No.
All right. Match one. First thing we're going to talk about today is the Rhonda Rousey match. Your thoughts?
I thought it was really good. We commented about the ref during the match and how we wish that whole Rhonda Rousey or Alicia Fox attacking Rhonda Rousey in the corner, we wish that would have went on longer. But other than that, I thought it was a fairly good match. Wasn't the best match, but I thought it was really good.
I thought it told a great story. I agree. I think the biggest thing for me as far as referees, the absolute best referees in the world are referees that you forget that they're in the ring. Mm-hmm. And he was definitely a distraction at points. I know I saw online there was a few, like, the Rhonda thing wasn't very good and, the match wasn't very good. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, we got to remember here, this is match 3 overall. I mean, if you ask me, match 3 overall, that was really good.
Right.
Her intensity is off the chart. She knows how to get down on the ground and sell when the time is right.
Right.
I thought the build up to it was really great because, they haven't always used Alicia Fox to the best of my liking, but they made her feel like a superstar leading up to it.
Pack.
I was well satisfied with the whole situation. I thought it was really great. I thought they did a nice job with it. Mm-hmm. No complaints from me. Moving forward, our next thing I want to talk about, I mean, if you want to talk about great matches, last night, the Smackdown tag team conclusion, the main event, was the New Day versus Cesaro and Sheamus, the Bar. Mm-hmm. Man.
I'm curious, you think it's the New Day putting these matches together? Because the New Day puts on great matches. Like, I hardly ever do you see a bad match out of the New Day. So I'm like, is it them or is it just...
The Sheamus is... I mean, Cesaro is really special. Mm-hmm. I mean, that guy, I've seen him do it whenever he was with the other guy before Sheamus. He broke his neck. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Tyson Kidd.
Tyson Kidd. I've seen him do this type of thing whenever he was teamed with him. I think there's... Cesaro has really found a certain niche as far as putting together tag team matches. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get into just... I know we said last week we're going to do our top 3 tag team matches. Just so everybody knows, we're going to break this up into 2 videos so this one isn't like 35 minutes long. We're just going to talk about Raw, and then the next one's going to come out here a little later on today or first thing tomorrow morning will be our tag team. But anyway, I think that he's really special. I think it's just a special time. Like, the very best 3 tag teams in wrestling right now are all sort of on the same show, and we're really getting a treat to some just incredible tag team matches.
Yeah.
And that match last night, I mean, for anybody that loves wrestling, loves tag team wrestling, that was a beautiful piece of storytelling and building. And the fact that the crowd was so good really made a difference. I loved that match. I thought it was brilliant and great. And there's been times where I didn't care about Sheamus in the past.
Yeah.
And there were certainly times where, I wasn't real great on before this New Day thing came up. I didn't care about Big E, and I didn't care that much about Kofi. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they've really turned things around. And the 4 of them and the other tag team that is on SmackDown. I mean, just really good stuff. So loved it.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was really good. I mean, I laughed because Sheamus tripped at one point, but other than that, I thought it was a really well-rounded match.
Good. Yeah, I agree. So let's this one here we have completely differing opinions on. The next thing we're going to talk about is the Paul Heyman interview. Mm-hmm. What do you think? How did you feel about it?
I did not like it.
Why?
Wrestling is supposed to be fun, and that wasn't fun.
Okay.
I was just sad. It kind of felt like I'm sure people who have gone through breakups, that's kind of like it was like a breakup. So it was like those emotions. So I mean, I didn't care for it. Okay. I don't like seeing people cry, and I did not like that.
I would argue, I get your point. I mean, at the end of the day, it's wrestling's job to put smiles on faces. But I also would say, to get to that smile, sometimes you've got to invoke some other emotions. And Paul Heyman, maybe, he's the best promo guy in wrestling in a very long time. I would argue he's not a great heel, which is the role that he's supposed to be in, because people really get with him, and I don't think that's really should be his job. He should get people to hate him.
Right.
But as far as just conveying an emotion to you and getting you invested in what he has to say, boy, there's not many people, not just in wrestling, but and on any level. I mean,
Right.
it felt so real. And you're sitting there and you're thinking, this is wrestling, but man, that's something. To me, it was the best thing that happened on wrestling, like the most interesting thing that happened on wrestling all week, because like you could feel his emotion,
Right.
and you could feel what he was going through. I thought it was brilliant.
And I get why people like that, because I mean, wrestling is a sport, but it's also very much a soap opera, and like you want to see those emotions and you want to go through that drama. But like, I don't know, I much rather have a good time during my wrestling than feel sad.
I get it. I get why people would not like it, but I can tell you from my point of view, I thought it was brilliant and I loved it. Next part we're going to get into. I've spent so many of these episodes complaining about Raw was terrible. Smackdown was not very good this week. I love it when I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe not wrong, but like I thought Raw, the 3-hour show, and Smackdown, I thought they were really, really well put together. 5 hours worth of television. I thought it wasn't perfect, but if you could give me that quality of Raw and that quality of Smackdown every week, boy, I wouldn't have much to complain about. I thought it was really well paced and well interesting. Did you enjoy it this week?
I did enjoy it this week, but was it because we haven't had such great stuff? Is that why we both enjoyed it, or was it actually a really good show?
I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe the bar has been set so low that
Right.
now we're sort of getting the opposite end of it, but I don't know. It felt like good television to me. I thought there was good matches this week. I thought there was good storyline development this week. I thought that, there were some matches that were really given adequate time to tell story. I thought, the tag team match with the women with Bayley and Sasha Banks really had good time to tell their story. I love the build throughout the evening to Rhonda. It really felt like a big match with Alicia Fox. I just thought that they really sort of hit a very solid double or triple, to put it in baseball terms. Maybe it wasn't a home run, but I'll take a double or triple on a Monday. The home run should be the pay-per-views.
Right.
And these should be, good solid hits, and I have no complaints. I thought the thing with The Miz and Daniel Bryan was fun and good.
I wish that they would have given that more time. I really enjoy The Miz and the Daniel Bryan stuff. Like, I thought that was fun, how Daniel Bryan was where The Miz was, and it was a really good segment. Yeah,
I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. I thought, speaking of guys being in different places, like I've not really been heavily invested in the Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, but the lights go out and there they are reaching for the tag. I thought that was good. Like, there were so many good things that I can't even remember, like, all the interesting things that happened this week. And that's a good problem to have that we don't always have. And people always want to go back to the Attitude Era and like, oh my God, everything was so great. But in truth, we really only got 2 good segments a week 20 years ago. People have a foggy memory because they remember how great DX was, how much fun DX was, and they remember like the Austin McMahon feud, and like there's never been anything close to that before or since, so they have sort of a foggy memory. But to me, like, I'll take this week's wrestling all the time. I thought it was really well done. Good job to them. Last one we're going to jump into here is the AJ Styles and Samoa Joe from SmackDown last night, and even the week before. We didn't talk about it. You have any thoughts? Is this something you're interested to see, or not really? Do you like the direction?
I do. I didn't I mean, obviously, I don't watch the stuff that they did before coming to WWE because I don't really watch other wrestling except for WWE. But the whole storyline seems really good, and like the AJ Styles bringing up their past last night, I thought that was really interesting. I really like Samoa Joe. I know you don't really care for Samoa Joe, but I think he is great on the mic, and I think his stuff looks really real and looks like it hurts a lot. So I'm excited to see the match. I think they're going to put on a pretty good match.
Yeah, I'm still holding on to things about Samoa Joe from whenever he was at TNA, where he would know, like he wasn't, like he's not a small guy by any means, but he wrestled like he weighed 400 pounds and was like Braun Strowman at times. Like I saw him no sell low blows and like take giant moves and pop up out of them, and like there's a place for that in wrestling, like the Road Warriors and the Ultimate Warrior and these guys that were gigantic. It worked for them, but I just didn't buy it with Samoa Joe. He's sort of gotten away from that some.
Yeah.
So I'm coming around a little bit. I wish, I always worry about guys that aren't in great shape, like, and that's a me problem. I know, like culturally in wrestling, people have got past that. I'm still like, I'm an old man. I remember, guys that were 7 foot tall and like everybody was at least 6'5" coming through the curtain. And I know the business has changed and I need to get back past that. But I love giants and I love monsters because I like the superhero aspect of wrestling.
Right.
But I like the fact that Samoa Joe sort of called him out as a bad father. And I liked AJ Styles' promo last night of, making sacrifices for your kids. Because I think, any parent can sort of relate to that.
Yeah.
We always, I still, like, you guys are grown now. And I think back all the time to, like, man, because could I have done more? Could I have been this? Could I have been that? And I'm sure in real life, like AJ Styles or every wrestler at the WWE or any parent always thinks, like, I could look back on my time and so it's very relatable. And I think anytime you can get anything that's genuinely relatable in wrestling, it strikes a chord and it makes for better television. I think a movie, wrestling, a television show, anything that you can strike a genuine chord and can relate to is a good emotion. Yeah. And I'm anxious to see where it plays out and how it plays out. I hope it's good. I thought it was good, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really good.
I thought it was good. I thought it was a good night, a good week of wrestling. Thought we had good content for today because of the good quality of wrestling this week. I think we pretty much wrapped it up. Anything else you want to add on this past week of wrestling?
No.
Okay. Well, there you are. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Probably a little shorter one today. It didn't feel real long. But not to worry. Very shortly, the next part of this, our top 3 tag teams. We probably should make it 5 because the top 3 seem very easy. But we'll see. Maybe we'll make it 5. Okay. So we're going to make it 5. Tune in for the next one. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you in 1 week. Thank you.